Hello and welcome back to Matt's Talk Show. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for tuning in. I want to talk about bullying and how it affects people uh, from every single angle. Uh, so where do I start? Okay, so we all know technically bullying. I say technically because some people don't. We all know that bullying is not good, and it can affect you in many different ways. Now, I could talk about this for hours, but I'm going to condense it down as much as I can. So, why I want to talk about bullying? Okay, so as some of you may know, I run my own business and I post on social media. And I like to post stuff that I do and the work I'm doing and what have you. And sometimes people may not agree with what I do. And then they start to give you grief about it. They may call you names or basically say that you're an imbecile and all the rest of it. And that is kind of a one form of bullying. And the other form is a physical kind of bullying where people are actually punching, kicking you, or stuff like that. Again, that's another form of bullying. Now, it doesn't take long for it to kind of pick up speed. I mean, once one person starts to kind of bully somebody, other people jump on the bandwagon and just kind of, well, it just keeps going on and on and on like that. Now, I'll tell you the reason why I'm talking about bullying. Now, the reason why I'm talking about bullying is because it happened to me, quite obviously. Now, I done a job, and it was just a little while ago, and it's taken me a little while to kind of realize, you know what, I can talk about it. And actually, I want to say a thank you to a guy called Matt who does Runderground. If you have not seen his YouTube channel, highly go and recommend it. He runs all different kind of underground stations and everything else. Tell you what, I'll put a link in the description below to go and watch it. But he was talking about it, and it kind of made me think, well, I should be talking about it in different ways. So basically, the content is I uh, done some work. Okay, I was working with a fully qualified electrician. The electrician made sure that the property was dead and everything else, and said that he didn't mind me ripping out a fuse board. Now, the whole property was getting rewired from top to bottom. So, frankly, it wasn't like just taking out the old fuse board and putting a new one in. It was actually physically taking all of the cables out, rewiring the property, and going from there. So, I put on Facebook uh, that I'm doing this kind of work. I put it on Twitter and a few other places, and the kind of hateful bullying comments that you get, and what I got was, oh, you shouldn't be touching electrics if you're not qualified, if you don't know what you're doing. Oh, you should leave it to uh, people who are qualified. And I'm like, well, hold on. I'm ripping it out. It's all dead, and it's all above board, and I'm working with an electrician. So you, I kept on getting abused like that. Oh, well, you're taking away jobs from me who can do that job very easily and I'm fully qualified, yada yada yada. And I just thought to myself, what is the problem? what is the actual problem with me just posting work that I'm doing? It says in the description, uh, well, in the actual box above, um, working with a fully qualified electrician who's letting me rip out all of the cabling in the property, doing a full rewire. Now, most people are like, fair play, getting some experience working with somebody, and for the most part, it was pretty decent, but it's just the few that kind of ruin it. And yeah, just basically messes it up for everybody because at the end of the day, I'm not an electrician, and I will happily admit that I'm not an electrician. I know what I'm doing with electrics. It doesn't make me an electrician. Now, at the end of the day, if I'm working with someone who's fully qualified and says, go ahead, you can go and rip it all out because it has to be redone, yada yada yada, fair enough. What is the problem if I do that? Am I actually doing all of the work myself? No. I'm just doing some of it. Am I actually doing all the reconnecting of all of the terminals, doing all the new fuse boards, yeah, and all the rest of it? No. A fully qualified electrician is doing all of the main important bits. I'm just helping to run in new cables. Anyway, so I keep getting messages after messages, and it got really, really bad to the point where I had to delete that post. Now, frankly, that drove me to the point where I didn't even want to uh, do anything, get up to go to work or anything like that because it was so hateful. And I just think, if they're like that on that kind of post, what is it going to be like when I'm post something else? What kind of hateful messages am I going to get then? So I just kind of stopped. But it wasn't until I spoke to a friend of mine and he was like, you shouldn't really let them get to you. You had good comments as well. And that's the thing. It's like, I should have just blocked them people and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna block you and get on with it, but for some strange reason, I let them get to me. Now, why did I let them get to me? Good question. I don't know. Really, truthfully, I don't think I can actually answer it, but there we go. But then it's the same at school. You get bullied at school. Now I did, and you let it get to you. But why do you let it get to you? What is it that makes it so bad? I mean, don't get me wrong. I was definitely bullied in school, called names. I was made fun of. Uh, People used to beat the crap out of me. That's all because of my the size I used to be. Now I'm not a skinny guy, but yet I'm not a real big guy. Okay, I'm a little bit bigger than what I should be, but it is what it is. Now, bullying is not good in any shape, form, of way. Now, I'm kind of sharing this experience with you, and I would like to hear from you what kind of experience you may have had. Or was you somebody that did used to bully and now has changed your ways and don't bully? And maybe you help people who used to be bullied. I want to know because, again, it's something that we all should talk about, and it's something that we all should kind of stamp out now. Bullying in the workplace, and regardless of what kind of workplace it is definitely not allowed. That one for sure. Any kind of bullying, actually, regardless. It doesn't matter what workplace you work in, retail, you could be in construction, you could be in property maintenance, manufacturing, anything. You should not be bullied for who you are. Now, if it means that you're trans, if you're gay, if you're bi, if you're fat, if you're skinny, it doesn't matter. Like, you are who you are. Now, why can't people just accept it? Like, it should never matter. I mean, if you've got a disability, you get bullied. If you're big or skinny, or if you're vegan or vegetarian, you get bullied. If you look different, you get bullied. Uh, so what if I look different? So what if I'm not wearing the latest Gucci or the latest Prada, uh, Louis Vuitton, and who really cares? Like, I do my own thing, and that's what people should be realizing is everyone is different, everyone is unique. So everyone should respect everyone for who they are. And this is the thing, okay? For a lot of people, they find it real difficult to be who they really want to be. Because of all this bullying and the stigma that you have to be a certain way, a certain type, a certain build. You have to wear this, you have to wear that. Well, no, not really. You can be who you want, how you want to dress, and you should be allowed to do it. To a degree, you should be allowed. I understand there are some places that you can't technically just dress how you want, and I get that. But when you're out and about or whatever, you should be able to be comfortable. So let's talk. Let's get it out there, and let's uh let's talk about bullying. Let's talk about your experience. Let's talk about what we can do in a society, in a workplace, or anything like that. What we can do to stamp it out. So what if people are different? That's what makes the world go round. At the end of the day, if everybody was the same, we'd all be blimmin' robots. We'll all be talking the same, walking the same, eating the same. Frankly, we'll be doing the same day in, day out. Repetitive, over and over like a broken record. So seriously, email me. Like, well, actually, no, don't email me because I can't remember my email address and I can't get access to it. But I tell you what, uh, find me on Twitter at Matt's Talk Show. Find me on Instagram at Matt's Talk Show and send me a DM. Best way to do it. Send me a DM. Links in the description down below on where you can find me. And just let's talk. So if you have any comments, put them down below. Send me a DM on Instagram at Matt's Talk Show, or send me a direct message on Twitter at Matt's Talk Show, and let's let's do this. Let's talk more about bullying and how we can stamp it out, because bullying is not good. And frankly, well, we can all do our bit to stamp it out. So that's my little rant and talk for today. Much more to come. I have got a couple more episodes coming up, so keep tuned. So hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and hit the like button. People, this is Matt. Take care. Bye bye.